Okay, Ms. Vogel, you're suing Ms. Powell for $500, the cost of replacement for a window that she broke. What happened?
Your Honor, first, let me start by saying that before this incident, I have never seen Jennifer before in my life, okay? On the day in June, I took my dog out to a forest preserve for a day out in the park. On the way home, we were driving about 20 minutes from the house. I had a nature call, had to pull over and use the bathroom.
Different kind of nature call.
Different kind of nature call, you're right, Your Honor. So I found a side street near a strip mall. I pulled over, ran in the bathroom for about 10 minutes. I came back and noticed that Jennifer had busted my window, had my dog out
so
the car.
the dog was inside the car?
Yes.
Okay.
I had left the dog in the car while I went to use the bathroom. I made sure that all 4 windows were cracked so she would have air.
What do you mean cracked? Like a little bit low?
Like a little bit low.
How much of a gap was there in the windows?
About 2 inches maybe.
On all 4 of the windows?
On all 4 windows.
Okay, so
Yes.
go on.
So
Hold on one second. It'll be your turn in a moment.
So I went in and I came out and she's holding my dog. My back driver's side window is busted.
She's holding your dog?
And she's holding my dog.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm thinking she's trying to steal my dog. Your Honor.
Right. That's
at this point. So when I asked her what is she doing with my dog, she said that my dog was hot in the car and she busted the window to get my dog free.
Miss Powell, what happened?
Your Honor, I find Terry to be irresponsible, plain and simple. She left her dog in a car on a very hot day.
How hot was it?
It was 85 degrees, maybe more.
It was 80 degrees.
You people call that hot? I'm from South Florida. I'm wholly unimpressed with what you think is hot.
I looked at my weather conditions. It was 80. Normally, I walk with my dog in the morning when it's cooler. I did not walk with my dog this day because it was too hot. My dog's an older dog. He's a good companion, but I don't take him out when the weather's hot on days like that. It's not healthy for them.
Okay.
So I was walking by on my walk without my dog, and I hear this dog barking and panting and whining. So I stop, and I'm looking at this car, and I only saw one window slightly down.
All 4 windows were cracked, ma'am.
Don't
All
interrupt
4
her.
windows.
Don't interrupt her. Go ahead.
Yeah, in my observation, it was one. So
Is it the one you broke?
yes.
Okay.
it was.
Maybe that's the only one you were looking at, but go on.
Well, so anyhow, it's extremely hot. The dog is continually
How
barking.
long do you wait there for the owner to come back?
I waited about 5 minutes.
How long were you gone?
I was only gone 10 minutes, Your Honor.
Okay, go
Okay,
on.
now, Your Honor, how would I know how long she's gone? I'm just walking.
I agree with you 100%, which is why you probably shouldn't bust the window, and instead you should call the police, but go ahead.
Well, the reason I didn't call the police was because by the time I get my cell out, call 911, get an operator, get somebody there, what could have happened to the dog? I believed I saved her dog's life. I think that's I think that's me. I think she should be grateful, don't you?
No. I live in South Florida where the temperatures reach 90. And, I know that it is possible for the dog to be perfectly comfortable in there with the windows cracked for much longer than 5 minutes. I know that. So you're wrong. It turns out that you're wrong. And so here we are now with a broken window, and you with nothing but good intentions. I understand that. But you took matters into your own hands in a way that maybe you had no business doing. And I am going to rule in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of the $500. I applaud you for your concern for humanity and animal kingdom alike, and I suggest that in the future you call the authorities and let them handle it.
Karen alert. What were you thinking? Why do you think that was a great idea to bust somebody else's window? It wasn't that hot. The judge is from Florida, but I'm from Nevada, and we get 110, 115. Of course, we don't leave dogs or anyone at that point in the car in that temperature, but 80 degrees is pretty tolerable, I should say, especially with windows cracked down just a tiny bit for the dog. And the defendant waited only for 5 minutes, and somehow she thought that pulling out the phone, calling 911, getting a hold of an operator is going to take her so long, something's going to happen to the dog. Well, things like that do not happen that fast. And 911 is pretty good about answering the phone call. So by the time she would have called the police, probably explained what was happening, the plaintiff would have showed up and this whole situation could have been avoided altogether. But how about we just mind our own business? I understand when there is an actual danger to someone, when we have to get involved. We cannot just, look the other way. We absolutely have to help. But this wasn't that situation. A, it wasn't that hot. B, you did not wait long enough to determine that dog was actually in distress. You did not take proper measures by calling the authorities to get it resolved. What did you guys think about this case? Do you think the defendant was genuinely trying to help and the dog was in distress, or do you believe she completely overreacted and she should have minded her own business? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you for watching.